So, not sure if y'all are aware, frankly, I wouldn't be surprised if you aren't, but conservative news outlet The Daily Wire has expanded its interests outside of merely providing the populace with news more slanted than Jeffrey Dean Morgan, and has now become a full fledged media company. Its overall goal in entering the entertainment industry is to create a whole new slew of movies and TV shows free of politics in general as an answer to how insufferably woke contemporary Hollywood has become over the past decade. And I'm perfectly fine with that, largely because I grew up on movies that were way too focused on actually being movies to cram whatever cartoonishly uninformed Twitter take the 40 to 50 something director thinks is going to resonate with the kids up your duodenum. And the Daily Wires made their entertainment debut with a doozy of a movie in the form of Run, Hide, Fight. Die Hard in a school shooter scenario. And while the trailer itself looks cool, the movie has received one hell of a critical dicking from what I've been able to glean off of the handful of reviews I've read, just out of curiosity, as I haven't given the faintest of fucks what critics have to say since they gave The Dark Knight Rises an 87% on Rotten Tomatoes. It seems like the professional critics are shitting on Run, Hide, Fight, not for the quality of the movie itself, as even some of the negative reviews admit to the movie being well made. No, but because it's being distributed by a conservative media outlet. Who knew that socialists would have such a glaring problem with competition? Everybody else on YouTube who's reviewed this movie has touched on the critics showing their bias already, and if you don't think professional film critics are and always have been a cabal of bought out biased cunts, then now you liking that post-election buyer's remorse, Joe Biden fans. Relax, YouTube. I'm not even registered to vote. Though contrary to what some people seem to think, including those who have dim-wittedly labeled this a conservative propaganda movie, looking at you, Rob Walker, is that the movie was made entirely without the input of Ben Shapiro or anyone else at the Daily Wire. It was produced independently, premiered at the Venice Film Festival, and was picked up by the Daily Wire for distribution as their inaugural outing into the entertainment industry. Let me repeat that. The Daily Wire is only serving as the movie's distributor. And because of this, Ben Shapiro has been advertising the movie to hell and back all over his social media. That is the full extent of the Daily Wire's involvement with Run, Hide, Fight. Like I said before, the trailer looks cool, the movie itself shows some degree of promise, but what gives me pause about potentially covering it is the pants-shittingly retarded distribution method its distributor has chosen. See, instead of pushing for a theatrical distribution, or even direct-to-video on demand or direct-to-DVD, the Daily Wire has opted to make the movie available for streaming exclusively on the Daily Wire, behind a subscription that most people in this country do not have. I know the streaming giant has pretty much taken over the entertainment industry thanks to COVID, Netflix, Prime Video, Hulu, Disney Plus, and whatever else. And I am well aware of the fact that the general public signed their property rights away in favor of temporary convenience long ago. But this decision to make Run, Hide, Fight a streaming exclusive on your site, when Hulu and Netflix and even Prime have occasionally dropped physical releases of their own exclusive content, is, in my eyes, it kneecaps the chances of this movie being something resembling a success. Largely because though streaming has become the new standard, there is still a market for physical media. Here's a little true story, kids, a personal story of mine. Prior to my current job at Gilster Mary Lee, I was a movie theater usher for 4.5 years. 2 years and 3 months at AMC theaters in my hometown of Springfield, Illinois, and 2 years, 3 months at a Marcus Theater in Cape Girardeau, Missouri, which is where I currently live. In that time, I can't count on both hands, both feet, and each individual skin cell in my body the number of times people over the age of 40, and more than half of those people were actually over the age of 60, came in just to check the show times and complained to us, the employees, about the fact that showtimes were no longer being advertised in the local newspaper. When we informed them of the option of calling in to learn showtimes and going on the internet to learn their showtimes, we were greeted with the dawning of a bitter beer face. You want to be an active competitor in the market, and contrary to what Disney might believe, competition is a healthy thing. The simple fact is that streaming alone isn't going to cut it when more than half of this country isn't exactly hip to the concept of the internet. Many people in this country don't even have internet, and many people in this country still haven't made the upgrade from flip phones to smartphones, assuming they even have a cell phone at all. You know, a lot of people in this country still haven't upgraded from CRT TVs to plasma TVs, or from VHS to DVD, or from cassette tapes and vinyl records to CDs and MP3s. In short, you're limiting your potential market by releasing Run, Hide, Fight as a streaming exclusive on your site, and at least at present not offering a physical release for people who prefer physical copies of their movies, myself included. Potentially limits your audience to people who are already subscribed to the Daily Wire and people whose politics align with yours. Speaking strictly for myself, I find the prospect of paying a monthly $12 subscription for the privilege of being able to watch only one movie, since the Daily Wire has yet to release additional entertainment content at present, about as appealing as a threesome with Roseanne Barr and Bam Bam Bigelow. Do I want to see Run, Hide, Fight? Fuck yes. But without a physical DVD release at present, I do believe I'll be sticking with a plethora of other Die Hard inspired action movies on the market. Hell, Die Hard in a School has already been made. Twice! At least one of which stars Dolph Lundgren and Shapiro. On the Hank Hill's urethra narrow chance you end up seeing this, remember, physical media, people still buy it.